Hold My Drink Extra Juice with Charlene and Ellie, a GoLoud original podcast, proudly sponsored by Pennies. Get this season's must-haves in a store near you.
Welcome to Hold My Drink Extra Juice, which is kindly sponsored by Primark or Pennies, the ultimate luxury destination that has everything you need this summer.
Whatever the occasion, large or small, Pennies are here to help you take on the world again. Whether you need a new outfit for a friend's birthday, a hen's, a summer barbecue, update your holiday wardrobe, Pennies have it all.
They do.
Everything.
I'm due a little Pennies trip now. I never went before my last holiday. I didn't do the last minute.
God.
Primark dash.
You're not struggling on your holidays.
Do you know what? I've been away so much that I've done so many dashes that I had stuff left over.
I'd say the case just stayed packed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my cotton pads done me. I had fresh socks that I didn't use from the last holiday.
Yeah.
Fresh knickers, so it was fine.
All your bits and
all
bobs.
good. So Penny's latest drops contains everything you need to channel sunny day vibes for like garden parties, for barbecues,
everything.
Hens. There's linen cords, dresses for summer, and stunning swimmer ranges too.
You can log on to www.primark.com/ie to check out all their summer pieces and see what's in your local store with their new stock finder.
This is our bonus episode where we get to answer even more of all your dilemmas.
Because apparently we're good at it.
Yeah, apparently. You actually met a few people on the weekend.
Oh my God, I met so many people in 37 who love the podcast. And it still baffles me, like this far in.
Yeah.
When people say it, I'm like, oh yeah, people actually listen to us talk.
Yeah.
'Cause I just feel like it's me and you sitting here just talking normally anyway.
Yeah, I know.
But they were the loveliest bunch of girls, so thank you if you said hello.
Hi, birds. All these dilemmas have been sent in to our email address, so it's homeordrink@goloudnow.com, and that's where we get all the dilemmas in, basically. I know we get some through DM too, but we'd see them quicker in the emails.
We haven't had an update in a while, actually.
No, I want some updates.
Yeah.
Feel free to send them in.
Of course, send as many updates as you want in.
So first one is, hey girls, I absolutely adore the podcast. You should be so proud of yourselves. Thanks, Bert. My dilemma is I've been friends with benefits with a guy for 2 years now, and we're really good friends, but only when we're drunk. But that's all on my part, not his. I don't know why, but every time I get drunk, I'm the biggest flirt ever. I know this is so wrong, and I'd hate if someone was leading me on constantly when they get drunk, but I just can't help it. I always end up waking up the next morning with him in bed, and I'm just mortified from the way I was acting the night before. I do have really bad anxiety in general, and I've never been in a serious relationship before, but when I'm sober the day after, I'm just a big ball of nerves around him, and it gets really awkward. He makes me feel like I could never be in a serious relationship when I'm sober, because all my confidence comes from being drunk. I don't know if it's me or him, and it's making me really second guess myself. Have you got any advice for me? Thanks. I hate that when you get with someone when you're drunk. Like, I laughed because I can relate to that part. And you wake up and you're like, what?
Oh yeah, like what was I doing?
Like, no, I don't think I've ever had that when I've had sex with someone, like kissing someone, even like.
Yeah, you're like, wow.
You're just like, ew.
Is there something in drink that just makes you horny out?
Horny,
yeah.
So there's something in drink.
You'd kiss a brick wall. Bless you, word.
Ooh, that was my first podcast sneeze, I think. Maybe not.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. It makes you like, you could look at someone when you're sober, and then you look at them when you're drinking, and you're like,
with the beer goggles.
Or sometimes it's like, you get that thing of like, it's the best out of a bad bunch. There's a word for it. It's like when you see someone in the airport and like they just are 10 times better looking than if you see them on the street.
Because they're in an airport.
Because it's something called...
You romanticise the airport crush. Is that what it is?
Yeah. No, it's something about like you being in one place and you like, there's only a bunch of people, so you have to pick the best one kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's some word for it, but like this, I feel like this is what she's like. She's doing that because she's like, fuck it, it's the only person around I know I'm comfortable with when I'm drunk. And
do you think he's just not taking advantage of it, but you think this is just convenient for him, it's suiting him because he knows he'll get the shag?
It's suiting him, and it's not like he's like, she's the one leading him on in a way, so
the ball's in her court.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
How
do you stop it?
If all your confidence comes from being drunk,
just be drunk 24/7.
No,
only messing.
Stop. Yeah. No, I think working on your confidence when you're sober doesn't mean you have to stop drinking completely, but like that's obviously something you need to work on for yourself, and like that needs to come before getting in a relationship. If you're not confident in a relationship, it's not going to go well, I think, because you'll just start second guessing everything and being very insecure in the relationship. So I think doing that work on yourself, I think, being like, why am I confident? Why do I feel so much better when I'm drunk?
So then when you are drunk, you won't feel the need to...
No, you probably still will do that. But it just means that then when you're sober...
I think it's like a validation thing. Like, does she think that she needs validation when she's drunk?
Maybe it's just. I think she might just likes having someone there. Like for when you wake up. I know
go
she
home
feels mortified when she wakes up, but like someone to go home with, like someone.
Yeah.
It's nearly like a routine, probably.
That's mad.
When you're with someone that much, it's like
2
we both get drunk.
years.
Yeah, that's a long time. Yeah.
So then what? When neither of them are drunk, I wonder do they just be with other people as well? And like, yeah.
And I think working on your anxiety as well, because that might be a reason why you're getting so drunk, because you're trying to kind of mask that. But that's a vicious cycle, because you're just going to keep.
It'll just happen again. And
Yeah,
again.
and then you're going to get anxiety from what you've done when you're drunk, really drunk that time, and it's just going to keep going. So I think doing that work on yourself, therapy maybe.
Yeah.
I recommend that to everyone. Or just on a little like healing journey for yourself, I think, before you get into anything serious.
Yeah.
And maybe then you realise like it was never him, it was just convenient.
Yeah. It was
Which
just
I
when
feel
it
like
was
she
there.
already thinks that, yeah.
Yeah, I think she knows that anyway.
Yeah, she's not saying, oh, I love him so much and he doesn't love me. Like, but let us know what a little tea.
Yeah, please. The next one we have then is, hi, love the podcast so much, girls, and have been debating sending in a dilemma for a while now. I met a boy on a night out and we hit it off straight away. His friends have told me they can tell he likes me a lot, and we were talking non-stop for about 2 weeks. I considered him out of my league, so I was in shock. I met him again on a night out and he was the same way, all over me, and I was delighted. The next day he started being off with me and being dry. This continued for about a week, and then we talked about it and us being friends. I wasn't rushing into a relationship anyway, but now there's an awkwardness between us, and I don't know what to say, or sorry, I'm getting mad tongue-tied. There is an awkwardness between us, and I don't know
whether to
say anything or just stop contacting him, as there's no point continuing, and I feel like a fool. This has knocked my confidence a ton. I don't think I actually liked him. I think I just saw potential in him, and then it just didn't get to that stage. Thanks, girls.
Girl. Don't fall in love with the potential of someone.
It's not real. It's an illusion.
It's an illusion. He's not for you. He's doing you a favour. He's taking him out of your life because he wasn't meant to be in your life. He's taking himself out of your life because he wasn't meant to be in your life.
I wonder why he started being off and all. Like, if he met her the night before and he was all over, and then the next day.
That's what men are like.
Yeah.
They can literally tell you they love you, and the next day, like
nothing.
Something changes.
Yeah.
So like, or they can probably tell you they love it and not even mean it as well. Of course they can.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, you can't. I was watching a TikTok. I love TikTok so much. I was watching TikTok last night, and there was this guy, like, he was like, you can't waste your life always, because I feel like I'm really like this. Like, I always think I'm like, why did that person do that, and what in their brain made them do that? Because I thought it makes me feel better. But he was like, that's exhausting.
Yeah,
like,
to always think like that.
Just see what they done and be like, grand, that's what they done. There's nothing behind that. Like, because if he's
was it your one, and she was saying to let it, or let them?
No, it was a guy. That's true too, though.
Just let them.
Yeah.
If they did that to you, let them.
Yeah.
Don't try and question it. Well,
don't let them do it again.
Yeah. But like, don't get so in your head about it and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think? I think just ghost that. Just
because it's exhausting. Like, if you start thinking, oh, what have I done that, or what if, like, why is he doing that? Maybe he went through something. Like, you can't empathise with absolutely everything. Everything and everyone, because you actually will
empathise with yourself sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think just don't contact him.
Just say, like, sometimes you have to think the worst of a situation. If you're like, maybe he just didn't like me that much. Like, just be really honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Just be like, well, maybe I wasn't good enough. Like, not good enough, but like, no, because
maybe it didn't click.
You know, maybe in his head, I wasn't exactly what he wanted, and that's fine. You'll be exactly what someone else wanted.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're not good enough.
There's something wrong with you.
Yeah. It doesn't mean you aren't good enough. It means he's just shy.
He didn't see your value. Yeah.
He's not the right person. Like, that's also fine. It doesn't make someone an evil person for not wanting to be with you either. Because I think sometimes we think that, like, when we go through things and someone leaves us or whatever, like, they're so mean, but like, it's just not what they wanted. So it's fine. Yeah.
I think just maybe don't contact him again.
Yeah. And like, you didn't, like she says, she doesn't actually like him. It's your ego taking the knock, which I get. I've had that. Shy. There's nothing worse than your ego being knocked. It's worse than being sad. It's worse than liking someone and ending things. It's your ego. I've stayed in things like
So you wouldn't hurt your ego?
Yeah. Or like, when something's ended, I've like tried to get it back just because I'm like, well, I want to prove to myself that I can get it back.
Yeah.
For my ego, I need it, and then I'll end it.
Yeah,
but like, just so, do you know what I mean? I just need the test.
Just so I could say that I got it back.
Yeah, but that's so toxic, so I don't do it. But it's also good for the ego.
I think, just don't contact him again.
Yeah, I think leave him at
On
it.
to the next.
Yeah.
And someone who will see your value.
Touche.
There you go.
Is that the word?
I think so, yeah.
Touche.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. Next one is, hi girls, a big fan of the podcast. I'd like to stay anonymous if that's okay. Not sure if you get loads of lads emailing in their issues. Oh, it's a boy.
Woo!
I'm 24 years old and I struggle a lot with dating and just talking to girls in general. You've helped me out more than you'll ever know, even with small things like knowing about, I'm going to start crying.
Oh, don't cry, 'cause I'll cry.
Even, sorry, where was I? Even about small things, knowing about a girl's interest and how nervous girls also get in these dating situations, though I was the only one, thought I was the only one shitting myself.
Oh, God.
I'd love some advice as I'm pushing it on now. Pushing on, you're
You're
24.
not.
And I've never been in a relationship. I've seen girls from a couple of weeks to a month, but it never goes any further. I know I'm the issue. I don't consider myself great looking or anything, but I get a small bit of attention from girls. I think it may be because I used to be fairly chubby, but I got in some shape, grew a beard, and my life went from absolutely zero attention to a fair bit, which feels like a lot now. The issue I'm facing is some of these girls are definitely out my league and they expect me to be experienced, which I am. Which I am not in any department, which I understand can be a letdown to them. I never lie on dates, but Jesus, if I can avoid saying I haven't been in a relationship before, I will. So as you can imagine, I've had a fair few embarrassing experiences in the bedroom, usually finishing quick, but on a couple of occasions. I've been so overwhelmed by the situation and so nervous that I actually get a bit shaky and dizzy from stressing myself out over nothing. Situations like this have made me completely avoid dating for the last few months, and I tried to become healthier so that I would go on dates. However, I've been so lucky with girls I've been with. I've been so sound and friendly about my embarrassing situations. Never made me feel any worse. My question is, do you think I could eventually meet someone that might have to be a little patient with me in the beginning? Or do you think going to a therapist or someone is the only option? Any advice would be brilliant, and sorry for the long email.
Don't say sorry.
Oh my God. He's
Oh my
so
God,
cute.
I love you. You're so cute.
I think you have to remember that there's girls who are in the same position.
Yeah.
Who also haven't got much experience.
I feel like it's not just why is it that how am I going to say this? Why is it that you just automatically think that boys have to be so much more experienced than girls?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like-
I think it's we assume that they start younger, but not necessarily really.
No.
If there's
Yeah.
takes two to tango,
Yeah.
someone's done it with them.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, I don't think it's a bad thing at all either, because say you meet a girl who has had a lot of sex.
Mhm.
This man meets her, right? And she knows exactly what she likes in her sexual life.
Yeah.
She knows how she likes doing
Likes
everything,
it.
whatever. Yeah. She can really shape him into what if she's kind of not teaching him, but
Yeah.
have sex with him, you can build it's kind of shaping into what she likes.
What she likes, yeah.
Because if a man has too much sexual experience, they might have completely different sexual wants,
Yeah.
and it might clash. But this man doesn't, so he'll only kind of know then what she
likes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's actually a bit of a win there for you.
I don't think well, Charlene is obviously going to say that therapy is for everyone and can go at any time.
Yeah.
But I don't think you need to. I think you don't need to jump the gun that much in this situation. I
Yeah.
think this is just more of an overthinking situation.
Yeah,
I think he thinks it's more of a
than it is.
yeah,
really,
it's more in your head
Yeah.
than it actually is.
Mm-hmm. I think you could even do you could do therapy.
See?
You could, about because it sounds like a bit anxiety kind of around
Yeah.
it, or you can get this thing cognitive behavioral therapy.
What's-
Where kind of it's if you have from what I know, I could be wrong, but if you have an irrational fear of something, the therapist or whatever you're with will kind of go back to where that fear came from and literally
Alright.
make you feel oh, that's not actually
If
doesn't really make
something's
sense.
fair, yeah.
Yeah, why is my head even thinking that? That's probably a really bad explanation of it, but that's what it made sense in my head. So maybe something like that even, but I think you said, just getting more experience even on dates and just going on them and not overthinking.
Yeah. I like the way though he said that he's gotten to make himself healthier and all, so he could go on dates. He knows that he's to work on yourself
cute.
is the first
Yeah.
main priority
Yeah,
in
true.
anything to do with
Mhm.
relationships.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get into acting without working on yourself first and being fully happy with yourself. But you just
Yeah.
seem like the cutest soul in the entire world.
I know. We seem so nice. Can you come onto our next live show? We'll get you a bird.
You could be on the blind
So
date.
nice. And also, girls have see him saying he finished fast or whatever. That's not a rare thing.
That's not a bad thing.
No,
Why
and
is
it's
it-
not.
yeah.
It's also not rare. A girl is not gonna have. If a girl sex with him, oh my God, they've probably had that before with someone else.
Yeah.
Too. It's not
That's
really
not out of this world.
No.
something
not
you've never
something-
heard
no,
of.
really
Yeah.
not at all. So don't be so hard on yourself. I think
Yeah.
is a big one. You're not pushing on. You're 24, so don't worry about getting someone.
If you think you're pushing on, I should be in a coffin at this rate. Seriously.
Just relax. Don't stress. I feel like stressing is never gonna help any situation.
Yeah.
Whether it be a date, whether it be sex, whether it be anything. Just
Also,
go
stressing
with
in
the
this
flow.
situation, he might
End up with the wrong person.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of make himself feel like he has to be in something when
Yeah.
he doesn't.
Apparently, that's the thing with boys, is that like a boy will settle down when he's ready, not when he meets the right person. So whoever he's like with or seeing at that time, when he's just randomly gets ready, that's who he ends up with.
No.
It's not like no one can change who he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
before then. It's whoever is at the time. Yeah. I don't know how true it is. But yeah, don't be so hard on yourself.
No.
We love you so much.
We love you.
And thanks for listening as a boy.
Oh yeah.
It's really nice.
I feel like we rarely
Rarely get
hear
boy. Yeah,
boys.
yeah.
The last one that we have then is, hi girls, before I get into my dilemma, I just want to say I love the pod. I'm listening all the way from Australia and it feels like a piece of home when I'm lonely, so thank you both.
Oh.
Been a follower since before Ellie moved to Canada and can honestly
Wow.
say you've both grown so much. So proud, birds. Oh my God, that's a long time. Anyway, as I said, I live in Australia. After moving, I had an issue with friends, cutting me off due to time zones, etc. I wasn't too push as I made friends here, met my partner and had my parents? Oh, you had your parents. However, I'm now 5 years in Australia and looking to travel home for a holiday. I've thought about messaging them as I would like to catch up and not spend my 2 weeks hanging out with just my family. But I'm just not sure I want to put myself back out there and message. They follow on socials but never like or comment or message. I did for the first 2 years but stopped after I got nothing back. My issue is, would you reach out or would you leave them to it and just see the people you're still in contact with? Thank you, birds. Appreciate any help.
Oh. No, if they're not texting you, commenting or liking, like you don't like interacting in any sense, then I wouldn't be going away meeting up with them. If you're really bored and you want to come home, but like you never know, they might come out of the woodwork if they see you put a story
That you're
up
home.
that you're home.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't. I don't know. I'm quite stubborn sometimes. I feel like I wouldn't
With
reach out
stuff
to
like
them.
that.
Yeah.
I think naturally when your friends move away, like somewhere like Australia, when the time zone is so different, you are going to lose a little bit of contact as if they were living, like, compared to when they lived in Dublin. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it kind of turns into more of a 50-50 thing where, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone-
make the effort. Like,
yeah, both of you have to make the effort then, because the time difference is so different. Like, someone might have to stay up later one night to talk to a friend,
Yeah.
or vice versa. The other way, if you're in Ireland, you might have to wake up earlier to be able to talk to
Yeah.
your friend, because you lose out so much of that. But I feel like if you haven't been getting that off them, why should it all be down to you then to keep doing it? Do you know what I mean?
And you're the one from all the way home.
Yeah, I think it is definitely a two-way street. And if you feel like
Yeah.
you haven't been getting that from them in 2 years, like, that's a long time.
Yeah, that is.
I wouldn't be worrying.
No.
Hang out with your family.
If you're bored, like, maybe just see them. But like, 'cause
Maybe
then
when
you're
they're
just kinda,
home,
like,
yeah, it might kind of give them the kick to be like, oh, she's home.
Yeah.
But then is that just... I'd still probably wait for them maybe to reach
Yeah, I
out
think
with
wait
you.
for them.
Yeah.
And if they don't, then, well, it's not your loss, really.
Yeah.
They're not really going to... If you're the one trying, they'll be aware of that. They're not, and then they'll try, hopefully, reach out to you if they kind of feel, oh, shit, like, we didn't actually talk to her for the last 2 years properly.
How can you not talk at
I know.
all? My friends abroad and it does get harder,
I
but
don't
like...
know. Yeah. I feel like Meg and Quiva, really, I would talk to more than I used to even.
Because
now.
they're away.
They're
yeah,
away,
yeah.
because you don't have to see them. But, I don't know.
It's a tricky one.
I probably would end up texting if you're that bored and you would like catch up with them, because I feel like your pride.
Do you
Is,
feel then you're only doing it because you're bored?
well, no, but also you want it, like, my pride would be like, don't text them. But then I'm like, oh, what if like something happened? And
Yeah,
like, we didn't see them
true.
for another while. Like, just put it out there. I'm home. If anyone's free,
Yeah.
if someone's bothered to see it, they will. And then if they don't, then you're like, sayonara, see you later.
Yeah, at least then you can
You're
say
shy.
you did
Yeah,
text kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Nan, you've tried for the last few years, and they still haven't tried it. So
What more can you do?
see ya. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last one is, hey girls, I love the podcast. You are amazing. Thank you. Here's my dilemma. My boyfriend broke up with me 2 months ago and it was a huge knock to my confidence. My friends convinced me to start putting myself back out there and I started talking to a new boy. He was very flirty over text and seemed like a very nice guy, telling me all the things I wanted to hear. He asked me out on a date and we spent ages together chatting and we got on really well in my opinion. He said it was gone really well and he was saying about planning a second date. He dropped me home late and I texted the next morning and I haven't heard from him since. I know it was only a date, but I overthink so much and I keep thinking what I did wrong. My confidence was already shit and now it's on the floor. Any advice? Thanks, girls.
Fuck him.
Jesus. That's so shit. It's meant to be your rebound.
Yeah.
And he's doing this to you, like, fuck's sake.
Like, is it that hard to for him to at least have just said, listen, I don't think this is going to work or something? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's all it takes.
I think some men are just like,
fuck it. No.
they're just like, no, arse with the texting her that, like.
Really?
Stress
Like, that's more stress.
I think that's what they're like.
That's terrible.
I don't think they think into like, well, I'm not generalising all men, but some men wouldn't think into like, oh, she might be upset, like she might be thinking, they'd be like, not really arse.
That's what it is.
Dealing with the what's it called, confrontation.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Just think he was the wrong one.
Yeah. He's doing you a favour, taking
he's
himself out of your life.
At least he's showing you this soon on.
Yeah.
It's only been one day.
Yeah.
Thank God it's not fucking months down the road and then...
But I feel like she's in an extra vulnerable position because when you break up with someone, like, your confidence just goes
Oh my
so
God.
bad.
Yeah.
It goes great after that then when you feel better, but like...
When you're on your glow up stage,
You
with
just
the
feel
first breakup
horrible.
time, you're like, ooh.
Why is it so bad?
I think you just feel rotten.
It's really... It's horrible, isn't it?
It's like your
Your insides
Yeah.
are rotten.
your insides feel, you just feel unloved.
And
kinda.
also you don't end up like... Even like brushing your hair rotten next to
Oh.
look. I probably didn't shower some days.
Definitely didn't.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I was
And my brother brought me home flowers. Do you remember that? Remember?
Oh,
God love him, my little brother.
Cute.
Adorable.
Yeah, I think fuck him. You got a really bad luck. There's nice men out there as well, even though we always give out about it here. But you just got two shite ones in a row that
Yeah.
you didn't deserve. But he took you out of his life. He took himself out of your life for a reason.
Yeah.
He's trash.
Maybe he realised he couldn't give you all that you deserved. Think of it like that.
Or maybe just someone who was telling you all the things you want to hear over text straight away. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you're like,
you'd put that down now as a red flag so you don't get sucked in again.
is that if somebody's doing that to you again, it's like, wait, why are you promised me the sun, moon and stars already?
Very rarely are they actually. I remember with Dana, I was
Going
like,
to.
I was like, wonder what's wrong with him. Something, There must be something like he must.
No,
I
he's
don't
just
know.
an angel.
Yeah. I was
He's
like,
just a
what's
good
the
one.
catch here? Like,
Yeah.
something gonna
You,
pop out.
you do
He's
automatically
gonna
think
turn
that
into
though.
a dickhead.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I know.
When you meet someone nice, you're like,
yeah,
what's the bad trait in them?
Yeah.
Because somebody can't have 100% good traits.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a natural thing we do. We think of this, but at least you found out this boy's bad trait straight away.
Yeah.
He's a dick.
Yeah. Arsehole.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't think it's nothing to do with you. Like,
No.
he could be straight out with something. He could do this to every girl. Like, just think like that, and it's not down to you at all. Fuck him. You deserve someone who actually appreciates your
You're
time.
back on the scene now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fun. Like, this is
Yeah.
this is your time to be fun.
Yeah.
And go on dates and experience dickheads and then experience
The great
lovely
time.
men. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the fun part of dating.
It's kind of funny when you look back at when men were dickheads. I only laugh now, like, looking back.
Yeah.
It's funny, like.
You have to laugh at your own
It's,
trauma.
Yeah, you have to. If you don't laugh, you'll fucking
I can't
cry.
laugh. Nobody else can. Yeah.
That was it for today's bonus episode. You can send in your dilemmas to homeordrink@goloudnow.com. That's our email address where we take them all in. And new episodes of Home or Drink Extra Juice come out every Monday, and our main episodes are out on Wednesday. Thank you so much to Primark for sponsoring this episode.
We love you loads.
We are doing a Primark trip very soon.
Yes.
And make sure to like, rate, and subscribe. And we'll see you all on Wednesday.
See you on Wednesday.
Love you.
Bye.
Hold My Drink Extra Juice with Charlene and Ellie, a GoLoud original podcast, proudly sponsored by Pennies. Whether it's stylish savings, a new double snuddy, gym gear, or some beauty bits you're looking for, Pennies is the ultimate high street destination.